at some point you have to make the transition from learning to actually doing. It's a tough thing to do, especially when for me it was. It took me a long time to actually start applying what I learned. But now I focus 100 or not 100, but the majority of my mental effort on implying things and not actually consuming, because now I learn by fucking up. And you turn the heat up on the stove and you overcook your steak too many times, you take the steak off a little earlier, or you don't do that again. It's much better than just hearing the same thing over and over again but not doing anything about it. And so right now I'm at a conference, which the attendees I think are paying anywhere from ten to $20,000. And they also have a young entrepreneur program, which is for the people who are paying the full price. They can sponsor young kids as well. And so these kids are paying $2,500, and it's like an 8-day cruise. We're at a hotel right now. I'm off about 3 hours of sleep for the past 24 hours. So today, I know myself well enough to know that I've got to sleep really good tonight, because I'm just a cunt to talk to right now. I was right when I got here. The guy who was running the place said, "Hey, all the young kids, you gotta make sure you go talk to Josh because he's doing really cool things. You need to go ask him about his story." And I didn't mean to be like kind of a cunt, but I was very dry in my responses and not very outgoing and energetic and preppy, which I usually am because I naturally have a lot of energy and I'm very excited about the things that I do and talk about. But when I'm off 3 hours of sleep because we took a red eye from Columbia back to Fort Lauderdale or Miami, I took an Uber here. Last night, I just was way too tired to talk to people all day. And so, anyway, this is off topic because I said I was going to be talking about doing, not learning. That this is where I was going with it. I'm now at the stage where for a long time, for quite a few years, like all the goal is to learn as much as possible and consume and really get to understand and grasp these concepts to where you can explain both points of view. That was the number one hack that I've had. It's just any time I wanted to take a side on an argument. Let's say if it was I like economics, and let's say it was a macro position on the dollar. Let's say I would, before I even wanted to consider, let's say, putting on a trade on my portfolio or something, which I've had fun with in the past, I had to make sure I'd made this a rule within myself that I could understand and explain the other side of the position better than I could the side that I want to take, or just as well. That was the rule that I had. Just so, or at least I was hoping that I could understand both sides of the position to the highest possible degree, and then I could take on a position. And that was for, let's say, economics. But I think you can relate that to anything. So when you can learn these concepts, you can understand both sides of the coin, and then you actually apply what you think is best. You have to learn so you can do anything, but instead of having the analysis of paralysis per se, where you just analyze and analyze and analyze, but never actually do anything, the doing is what gets you the outcome. It's never the learning. And I, this is going to be slightly off topic, but I have a bunch of friends who are, let's say, all in on certain positions. I'm going to go back to economics here. A lot of my friends are diehard Bitcoiners or diehard gold bugs, to where they have a, let's say, I know quite a few people who have 100% of their position in Bitcoin. And I can explain why that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life to as many people who have that as their forever, but there's no actual benefit. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what someone else chooses to do with their own life. I am a complete freedom absolutist, a complete libertarian, where I think you should be able to do whatever you want. I can do whatever I want as long as we are not harming each other. Then all could do whatever. So I know I used to try and debate people as to why I thought it was a bad idea and they should do something else. But that's trying to change someone else's identity. And why would I think that I am smart enough to tell someone that their identity is wrong? I mean, that's like telling someone the religion they are in is wrong. I mean, there's no need for that. So instead of debating, I just try and understand their point of view. And now it's much easier to have conversations with these kinds of people, because I used to just get frustrated that, dude, you're all in, you're going to lose so much money, and it doesn't even if it goes up, it's a stupid bet, doesn't matter. And I know that there's probably going to be a Bitcoiner watching this. She's going to say, Josh, you're a fucking idiot for not having your portfolio in Bitcoin. And that's your opinion. So what? So there's always two sides to the coin, the head, the tails, and the middle. And so for every position, or not just portfolio wise, but for most opinion matters, I try and take the side where I can look at both points of view. And I have stopped trying to convince people that mine is better. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. I honestly, I was gonna talk about why doing's more important, but I'm so fucking tired and angry. Like, I'm just honestly just angry at the world right now. Like, I'd like to just and just smash my head against the wall, and for no reason. I mean, today was still a great day. It's just when I haven't eaten anything and I haven't slept, so that usually fixes most of your problems. If you are being a bitch one day and just eat some steak, drink some milk. I can't eat that. I'm doing garbage right now. And then take a nap. So this video is all over the place and I don't care. I didn't want to do this video. But one of the big things I also see is Ken, one of the guys I work with. Oh, he doesn't want to do things a lot of times, but he gets them done. And that's every successful person. So, fuck. I mean, I got to end this. Because I do a video every day for 1,000 days. I'm going to leave before I just get angry at nothing. So, geez, let's end this.